Hello guys, it's Kids Coding Playground here. Today we'll be doing a video on how to make an Apple Dash game. So in our previous video we made about a week ago, we demonstrated the game. So if you want to check out how the game works, you can go into that video and watch it and demonstrate how the game works. So yes, I'm going to work on this tutorial because you guys gave us 50 likes. So thank you guys for 50 likes. So we're going to work on the tutorial. So first, rename our project. Let's name it Apple Dash. So Apple Dash is the name of the game, and then we're gonna trash the Scratch Cat. Okay, let's upload the Ghost sprite. Ghost. So we're gonna get the Ghost. This one. That's gonna be our Apple Catcher. The Fruit Catcher. For the Ghost, we're going to be using the third costume, but you can actually get some legs. So like you can duplicate these legs onto the Ghost C, so then it looks like he has legs. Move it over a little bit. Okay, so this is optional, but it'll make your game a little bit better, I think. Okay, let's duplicate one more. What? There you go. Okay, we can make it go backwards. Backwards. Okay. So there we go. We got the two legs. Make them go to the back layer. So now they're ghosts. These are ghosts. Let's group this. Okay, we can trash the other costumes. We do not need them. We're only going to be needing this. Let's rename this costume to Fruit Catcher. So this is going to be a Fruit Catcher. So inside the Fruit Catcher, we're going to have to when green flag clicked. Zoom in. I think I'm going to move the Fruit Catcher like about here. Okay, and I think I set the Fruit Catcher to I think 90%. Yeah, 90%. I think that's what I did. So I'm gonna make it go about right here. Okay, so I'm gonna make it go to, let's put x0, y -115. Let's make an even number. So we're gonna go to that position. I'm gonna make a couple variables. Let's delete this variable. And make another variable called money. So with money you can buy other upgrades for your Apple Catcher. So we're going to set the money to 0 in the beginning, and we're going to make a new variable called characters. So you can buy a skin in this game, which is the pig skin. So in the beginning we're going to set the character to the ghost. So character. Oops, character. No, that's not how you spell it. Oops. Character. Okay. So for all sprites, we're going to set the character to Ghost in the beginning. Ghost. And then we're going to make another variable called run. So this is to control the speed of the player. So we need a variable to make it move left and right because there's an upgrade that makes the Ghost quicker. So that's why we're going to need a variable. So run. We're going to set run to 8, which is going to be 8 speed basically. So run to 8. And then we're going to switch the costume to the Fruit Catcher. Fruit Catcher, I'm gonna name it Fruit Catcher 1 because we're gonna have the pig and all that stuff. So we're gonna have this. Alright, now we can get a backdrop. So let's look here. So I got the jungle, I think. Not the jungle. It was something else. I mean, you guys, oh yeah, forest. You guys can pick any backdrop you would like. I'm just gonna pick this one. Okay. And for the backdrop, I got some trees. Let's delete this one. I got some trees from here, so I'm not choose a backdrop. I want to upload some sprites into here. So I got some trees, so let's get a tree. So tree, you can always just copy paste in here, so just select your tree, group it, copy, Control C, go into the backdrop. Let's go to vector, Control V. Boom, you got your tree right here. So it's pretty cool. Gonna make it a little bit smaller. Maybe put it over here. Okay, select this one more time. Control Z, Control V. I'll put 2 trees, I guess. That. Right, okay. And then, because we're not gonna need that. And then we're gonna get the apple and put some apples on the tree, I guess. So let's go inside. We're gonna make the apples a bit smaller, so we're gonna group that. Control C, Control V, and then we're gonna make it a bit smaller. like about that big, maybe a little smaller. Okay. And let's copy paste this, Control V, put one like right here. We'll copy about 2 more. Let's put one right here, and let's put one right here. Let's put one right here. Okay, so now we have like 2 apple trees. Okay, now we're gonna make a fruit sprite, and we'll have a bunch of costumes inside. So we're gonna need the apple. Okay, so inside the apple, for the costumes, we're going to get the orange, banana, and all those stuff. So orange, we're going to be using this orange. We also have the bananas, put those inside. And we're also going to get the watermelon, and we're also going to get the strawberry. I believe they have a strawberry, as you can see, they do. So we're going to be using the strawberry, watermelon. Let's just take that out. Watermelon. Okay. So we're going to rename the sprite to fruits. Fruit 1, because we want more fruits, so we're going to have multiple sprites for fruits. And we're going to set the size to 75 right here. So the fruit's a bit smaller, as you can see. Okay, so for the fruits, we're going to add some code in it later. So first, let's go back to our Ghost, or let's rename this to player. So let's rename this sprite to player. Okay, now we're going to make the movement of the player. So we're going to create a begin button sprite. So before the Ghost will show up, we're going to have a begin button sprite. So we're going to get the green button, this thing. So in the beginning, we're going to get some text. Let's make it white. So I'm gonna write begin. Okay. Put that like right here. A little bit lower. Okay, that thing I should do. And then we're gonna copy paste it. Flip it over. And hold down shift if you want it to be perfect. Alright, now we have the begin button. Okay. Let's group all this. Okay, for the begin button, let's name it begin. Okay, so this is the begin button. So for the begin button, so before we get into the code in the begin button, we actually have to broadcast a message from the backdrop. So from the backdrop, we're gonna get a when green flag clicked. We're gonna set we're gonna hide the variable. Let's make a new variable. I forgot to make score, and we're also gonna make a variable called high score, and it's gonna be a cloud variable. So what's it called? High score. So we're gonna be using high score and score. So in the beginning, we're gonna hide high score and hide the score variable, and after that, we're gonna broadcast a message called start screen. So this is going to be broadcast to the begin button. Start screen. So let's go to the begin button now. So in the begin button, we're going to want to receive start screen. Let's hide this. Oh yeah, actually in the Ghost, we're going to hide it in the beginning when I click to hide. And now we can go back to the begin button. When we start screen, let's put the begin button about right here. I think that should be fine. Get this. Okay, let's make it 0. So this is more perfect. And then we're gonna set the brightness to 0 in the beginning. Set brightness to 0. And then after that, we're gonna show and broadcast a message called spin button. So we're gonna make the button spin like we do in other tutorials. Spin button. So spin button, and then for the spin button, when I receive spin button inside the button, we are going to get a forever loop. Forever turn 2 degrees to the right. And if it's touching, we're gonna need an and. So if the mouse is on the begin button and is clicking on it, then it'll run something. So if touching mouse pointer and mouse down So I want to make sure that you're clicking on the thing. We're going to set the brightness to -10 to add a little bit more effect to it. Set brightness to -10. And then we're going to wait until not mouse down. Wait until not mouse down. Duplicate that, okay. And then once it's clicked on, we're going to play the sound pop. And we're going to hide the button once it's clicked, okay? And then we're going to broadcast the message and wait, called start game, which will broadcast to the Ghost and Apple. Start game, and we're going to stop the script once this is done running. So we're going to stop this script. Now let's go to our our fruits, okay? So inside our fruit, we're going to get a one green flag clicked. So when the green flag is clicked, we are going to hide the fruits in the beginning. And when I receive start game, we are going to set the fruit speed, which is a new variable, so we're going to name it fruit speed. So this is the speed of the fruit. So sometimes we'll have Armageddons where the fruits will fall faster, so that's why we're going to use the fruit speed. So we're going to set the fruit speed to -6. And in the beginning, we are going to show. Let's go to looks and show. And we're going to go to a position. So we're going to make it go to a pick random position. Let's make it pick random -210 to 210 for the X. 210. And for the Y, I think I'm going to do 180, which is the top. And we're going to set the Y to 180. Actually, I don't think this is necessary because we're already going to this. Actually, I'll add it just in case. So we're going to set Y to 180. And then forever, we're going to make it turn degrees. So we're just going to make it turn left 5 degrees. And we're going to change the Y by the fruit speed, which is -6. So it'll fall down by -6. And then we're going to make a new sprite. So this is going to be a hitbox, so if the fruit touches it, then it will make it go back to the top. So we're going to be painting it, so let's get the line tool. Let's make it about 5 thickness, okay? And hold down shift, then you got a perfect line across. Okay, now you can use the select tool and center it. And then you can move the sprite, this hitbox sprite, like down here. Maybe about right here. Yeah, okay. So for the hitbox sprite, we're going to get the code later. Actually, we can do it right now. Let's name it hitbox. Hitbox, and then one green flag click, go to this position. And we're going to be using it to set, the ghost effect to 100%. Because if you hide it, then it will not detect anything. So if you set it to ghost effect, which means it disappears, it will still detect stuff. So for the fruit, we're going to, after this, we're going to get an if-then statement. So I'm going to import my basket sprite. Basket, so we're going to be using a basket for the catching the fruit. So for the basket, I basically did a circle, as you can see. We might put this into the Google Drive so you guys can get it from there, or you can draw your own, or there's a bowl sprite. So basically we just drew a circle with outline right here. So as you can see, it's just a circle with outline. And then right here we just drew a rectangle with outline, and then we just used the reshape tool to make it look more like a bowl. A basket. And then we used the lines. We just drew a couple lines to make it look like a basket. And then right here we just made it bigger. So we have this one upgrade where it makes the basket bigger. So we just made a bigger version. We just stretched it out. So yeah, so this is the basket. So we're gonna go to the code. So fruit. Okay. If it's touching the basket, then we are going to start the sound pop or chomp, whatever, doesn't matter what sound. And then we're gonna, actually, I think pop sounds a bit better than chomp, because it might be quite annoying. So we're gonna do the pop sound. This one, pop, is the most simple sound ever. I'm gonna start with the sound pop. And then in the variables, we have to change score by 1. Okay. And then after this, we're going to go to a random position. Once it touches it, we're gonna go make it go back up. So we're gonna make it go to pick random 210, negative 210 to 210, same right there, and 180. Okay, and we're gonna set the Y back to 180. And we're gonna switch the costume to pick random 1 to 5. So what this does is, so random fruits will be falling down. So we have 5 costumes, so we're gonna make it switch costume to pick random 1 to 5. We're gonna use the pick random, put it right here. 5. Depends how many costumes you have. And then we're gonna get another if then statement. So if it's touching the hitbox, which is the thing in the bottom, if touching hitbox, then we're going to go to I can just duplicate this whole chunk and put it in here. Okay, so this is the fruit. That's gonna be the fruit falling. So we can click begin. As you can see, the fruit falls. And of course, the player is not done yet, so we're going to work on the player. And when it touches the basket, you'll gain 1 score. So let's go back to the player, the fruit catcher. So when I receive start game in here, we're going to make a new variable. Let's name it hit bomb. So later in the game, we're gonna add bombs. So if you hit the bomb, then you'll lose 1 life. So we're gonna name it hit bomb. So in the beginning, we're gonna set it to no because you have not touched the bomb. So it's gonna set it to no. Okay. And we're gonna show it when the game starts, the player. And forever, if left arrow is being pressed, key left arrow, key left is being pressed, and we're going to point in direction of -90. -90, and we are going to move the amount of run steps, which is 8. So, like that. Just duplicate this, put it under. If the right arrow is pressed, and we're going to point in direction of 90, obviously, facing the right side. Okay, and for the basket, let's go to the basket. So for the basket, when green flag clicked, you want to switch costume to basket 1, which is the smaller basket, and we're going to hide in the beginning. And once I receive start game on the basket, then we are going to show, go to the front layer, go to front layer, and forever, control, forever, go to the fruit catcher for the player. Go to the player, so, player. And we want to show the player at this point, and we want to adjust it to where the basket is on top. So when you click play, the basket will just go right there. So the basket does not have to be centered now because you want it to be on top of him, so we're going to do that. Kind of like that. Okay. For the big basket too, we're going to have to do that as well. So you want to just go into the costume and find where you want to put the basket. Alright. Let's go back to the basket. And okay. I made one little mistake in the project. So right here inside the player, I set this to fruit speed to no instead. So that's why you saw it was only rotating in one place. So I should have set this to hit bomb. So I accidentally didn't set that. And one more thing, you want to set the player, you know, this thing right here, click that so then it will not flip upside down. So as you can see, if you don't, then will flip upside down every time, so you don't want that, so we're going to obviously do that. Okay, so save it. I'm going to demonstrate the game now, so let's begin. So when you hit every single fruit, you get points, and let me show the variable score. Where's the score variable? Okay, right there. As you can see, we are getting score. And as you can see, when the fruit hit the bottom, they just disappear. Okay, and I think I hid the variable score right here, so when I receive start game, we're probably gonna have to show it again. So receive start game, or you can just set, yeah, we can just show it right here actually. Show variable score. Okay, so when you begin, the score will show automatically, and we have to set the score to 0 as well. So let's set the score 0. Okay, score, and let's hide these variables right here and only keep the money, score, and let's hide the run as well. Okay, let's go full screen. Alright, so in the beginning, click the begin button. You catch the fruit, you get 1 score. The basket follows the main character. Yes, we have the basic mechanics done. Now you can catch the fruits, but we have some more mechanics we'll get into. We'll add a shop in the future. Alright, I think that should be it for the first episode of this series. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.